In 1999, on January the 2nd, I was born on a little island known as Okinawa, Japan. A young uncultured boy far away from family roots, I developed a love for the game of basketball, and ever since then, I knew I wanted to be a professional. Throughout my years of high school and AAU basketball, I connected with probably some of the greatest mentors and coaches that showed me the ropes and that knows what it takes to reach where I want to go. They all instill good traits in me, such as determination, hard work, and good work ethics, which will allow me to reach my professional goals. But before getting into where I'm going in life, I'll tell you about my upbringing and what enabled me to push for this future. My name is Antonio Tone Cockrow. I developed the name Tone throughout the AAU world from the age of 8 to 17. I was born and raised in Okinawa, Japan. But I moved to PG County, known as the Hoop Mecca. In PG County, we have about a handful of just athletes that have gone professional, whether it be NBA, ABA, overseas at each level, 1, 2, and 3. So we call Maryland or the DMV the Hoop Mecca because we produce great athletes that produce. I spent my first 3 years of my life in Japan due to my father being deployed in 1998 for service. My father's in the military. On January 2nd, 1999, I was born on a military base, Okinawa, which is the site of the last largest battle of World War II, known as the Battle of Okinawa. Furthermore, in Okinawa, it's mostly warm all year, and therefore it's home to a lot of jellyfish, turtles, and different breeds of birds. Next, I moved to Kitzingen, Germany at the age of 3, and I spent about four and a half years there until the age of 7. Kitzingen is very different. I attended pre-K there and kindergarten, and where the primary language of some of the students was German, but to this very day, I'm still bilingual. I'm still not bilingual. Germany, you could drive 100 miles per hour, 200 miles per hour, however fast your car could go because there was no speed limits on our highways. Also in Germany, there was like the steering wheel was on the right side of the car, not the left side of the car. So very different from America. Then when I moved to the United States at the age of 7, I finally got accustomed to my culture and met a lot of family members that I didn't even know existed. I just thought it was me, my brother, my sister, my dad, and I just thought it was only us. I began to create an identity for myself when I settled in Maryland. When I attended the Landon School for Boys, home of the 6101, I experienced a lot of diversity going to school with people from all different cultures. Spending the beginning stages of my life in a different country, I was able to pick up on a lot of different customs and cultures. But when I moved to Maryland in the United States, I was able to get accustomed to the American culture through diverse settings while also expanding my love for the game of basketball. Moving forward to where I want to go, I started off playing basketball in high school at Dr. Henry A. Wise High School, where I played JV there, 9th, 10th grade. Then I transferred to Landon School for a better opportunity, home of the 6101, under Coach Roy Perkins, while also playing AAU basketball for the Maryland Defenders. And at the Landon School for Boys, I averaged around 8 or 9 points a game, 7 assists a game. Didn't really excel that much, but I was starting point guard for 2 years. When I played under Jasmine Anderson and the Maryland Defenders, my game excelled, and I averaged around 18 points a game, 7 assists a game. And from there, for my junior year, Coach Jasmine, a good mentor of mine, Coach Leon Rivers, another good mentor of mine, Coach Dante Anderson, and one more great mentor of mine who's also my cousin, Emmanuel Frere, told me I have the intangibles of what it takes in order to get to where I need to go. After my senior year at Landon School for Boys, I committed to Marywood University. At Marywood, I faced a lot of issues on the court that bring me down, like mentally, emotionally, and it was very troubling, but I made it through. My coach told me that my game was too fancy, and some games I played 20, 25 minutes a game, some games 5 minutes a game. So I contemplated even quitting in my sophomore year at Marywood because I lost the love of the game. I lost my love for the game of basketball, and I no longer had a passion to even want to go overseas or try to make it far. After my sophomore year at Marywood, I connected with one of my good friends who went to Keystone, and we talked it up, and I just told him basically where my head was at with everything, and he convinced me to get a visit. I connected with Brad Cooper, the head coach at Keystone, and I eventually committed to Keystone College. My first year there, Coach Cooper had a meeting with me, basically gave me the keys to lead the ship, and I didn't disappoint him. Coming from Marywood, where I averaged 8 points and maybe 2 assists, no accolades, no recognition, I went to Keystone in my first year, averaging 20 points a game, 6 assists a game, 6 assists a game, and 5 rebounds per game, and accumulating accolades such as All Region, All Conference, academic accolades, all district academic accolades, and many more. After I posted my highlight tape on Instagram after my junior year, a couple of agencies follow me on Instagram, about 4 or 5 of them, but they're technically not able to reach out until your senior year is over. So as long as I just stay the course with that and have another great year and just try to boost up my accolades and boost up my stats while also winning with my team and getting everybody else involved, I feel as though I have a good chance of eventually reaching my goals overseas. Through life, I really appreciated all my experiences on the court, whether it be my experiences at Marywood where my spirits were down and I lost the love of the game for basketball, or even my experiences at Keystone where my love came back for the game of basketball. All of that makes me into what I am, and I feel as though our experiences will allow us to take advantage of the opportunity at hand. So